Hey, how are you doing on this fine day or night, whichever you're watching, basically? Welcome to my first ever video. I hope it'll go well. I'm gonna go through the Pandaren starting zone. I've never played it before. I tried to not go near it because I wanted to just have a look around Pandaria for starters. I never did that in the end because I don't have a level 90. Stop shrugging. Talking to the Pandaren, then, not you. Don't worry. Um, so I made a character. I decided to go female because, I don't know, I like their dance, they look interesting. And, well, today I'm going to play. I hope you enjoy watching me because I enjoy making you watch me. So, yeah, log in. Let's have a look then. Let's drink some water. Lovely water. Like a spring made water. It's a very nice scenery that is. Look at that. Look at the temple in the background and the sticky out trees. Some waterfalls on the side. Looks nice and green and zen-like. Seems interesting, doesn't it? Well, okay, let's have a look. Just wait for it to load in, obviously. So, I'm not talking at the moment. I should probably keep talking because that's what you do. I'm trying to make a commentary, not just sit here and watch me play in silence and talk to myself every now and then. But, hey, I'll do my best. First time I've ever tried something like this, hey? You can judge me. Judge me as much as you want, I don't really care. I am outside of your judgment range. Is this gonna load or not? Is it just gonna... Oh, okay, there we go. Ooh. I am a Pandaren. Ooh, Wandering Isles. Ooh, look at that. That looks really cool. Look at that. Look at that massive, like, thing. Building. Ooh. Wait, weaving? What? Oh, cold air. Not good. Not good for... Wait a minute, you have fur. What does it matter if it's... Oh, it's cold. But I have fur and I wear clothes. What difference does it make? Shang Monastery, hey? Looks interesting. Very nice. Very scenic indeed. Let's have a look then. Cool. That looks pretty awesome. Hello there. Okay. Much to learn. Freshly arrived from your training, your first task is simple. Speak to Master Jiangxi. Accept. Hello there, Master Jiangxi. Today is the day when your fate will be decided. Do you have the strength and the cunning to be a monk, or are you destined to a life working in the fields? Monk, please. Each has its place, but I can sense that you will aspire to greatness. Let us begin our training, my newest pupil. Complete quest. First, you will need a weapon suited to your talents. Retrieve a staff from one of the weapon racks below. Bring it to me and show me that you can know how to equip it properly. Some of the best training I've ever heard in my life. So, what? Oh, I thought I could. I just started to get ready to fight. That was a bit odd. Okay, so it's this stuff here. Yeah, let's pick that. And I'll lag in a second because I don't have very fast internet. Let's just change this. Set that to... Just give me a second, guys, please. Just... Oh, guys, I only expect like 20 people to watch this, but hey, whatever. It's 20 people more than they would have actually known me. Hello there, 20 people that I expect to watch. Okay, let's equip that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, Master Shangzi. A fine weapon. It should suit your needs well. Now let's put it to use. Okay. Let's drink some more water. I'd like to observe you putting your new weapons to use, my young student. This will aid me. Let's make a voice. This will aid me in determining what degree of training will be best suited to your talents. We have many training targets in the training grounds below. Practice your attacks upon them and return to me once you're feeling comfortable with your new weapon. Quest objective: destroy 5 Uriake. Initiate braces. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Whee! Okay, now. Attack. Hit. You are no match for me, training dummy. What's that? Cool. I must train. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Be like me. be as badass as me. I've never played this game before. Yeah, be as good as me. Of course, I played this game before. I haven't played Pandaren before. Chi. Now, I'm guessing Chi is kind of like holy power on paladins. That you need to use it for abilities or something like that. Yeah, one Chi. So, interesting. If you're watching this, you've probably already seen all of this. You guys know what I'm going on about, but no, yeah, you guys know what I'm going on about, but I have no idea what's happening at the moment. Okay, so I've destroyed that. Not bad, Paicho. Paicho, yeah, good name, Paicho. Maybe some other time I'll tell you the reason why I called myself Paicho. You may indeed have chosen the proper path. Good. Let us continue. Initiate braces. Facing a living opponent is a very different thing from stationary targets in the yard. I'm not doing my voice, I should be. Living opponents struck back. There is the very real fear of failure, and sometimes even death. I don't want to die, thank. Well, I can come back to life, so. You must have the courage to overcome those fears. Challenge the other trainees within the temple or down the steps below, and defeat them. Defeat its Hujin, or Tushi trainees. Cool. Let's pop these on. Oh, leather. What can Pandaren? What? Let's have a look at their what's their passive like stuff? Like, cause wow, there are actually quite a few. Oh no, these are like account things. Okay. Quaking Palm strikes a target with lightning speed and capacity. Okay, yeah. Wow, that is the best passive I've ever seen in my life. Half falling. Useless, but cool. Water. Your love of food allows you to receive double stats from wow, that's basically just catering for fat people. Your cooking skill is increased by 15, and wow, that's actually quite useful. Your rested experience bonus lasts twice as long as normal, so that's also quite nice. And that's just like writing stuff. Yeah, okay. So let's wait. So let's fight this Hujin trainee, or Hujin. Don't know how to say it. Don't really care either. It's a bit unfair though. I'm using a staff and he's not even got any armor. He's just like wears some trousers. Oh my god! Look at that beard! Look at that beard! Look at that guy's beard! Oh my god! It looks incredible. It's like looks really interesting. Oh, okay, let's fight you now. How dare you in stand near me as I fight? Die! No, don't die. I don't want to kill Pandaren. Pandas are cute and fluffy. Let's zoom back out. That was a good match. Thank you. I don't know how to do female China. Obviously, I don't know how to do female Chinese accents. Why do you think I would? I'm a man. Hairy biker man that drinks beer and is very loud. I'm not actually. I'm just trying to show off. So I guess they'll say something when you beat them, and then they run to the top of the tower to commit suicide because they've dishonored their family. Tushi. Oh god, I'm actually dying. Jeez. God, these dudes do quite a lot of damage. Either they do a lot of damage, or Jesus Christ. Wow. Looks like let's get rid of those. Looks like looks like Master whatever his name was right. Death was a possibility. I've died. Wow. I don't think I've ever died in a starting zone. The dawning vow. Oh, look at that. Oh, cool. They run really odd. That's pretty cool. So which way am I going? Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that island. It looks really nice and hilly and stuff like that. And there's a temple of something there. Shangzi training grounds, Wusong village. Oh, there's trainees down here. Cool. Okay, there's trainees down here. Okay then. Up here. More. Okay, let's fight you. I'm just gonna fight you. Come at me, bro. Energy. Oh, please don't tell me he's gonna kill me as well. No, I don't want to die now, please. I don't want to die now. Please don't kill me. Okay. Let's go back now. Oh, he's here. But he's up there as well. Well, come on, let's give him this quest. Almost level 2. Intriguing, my young pupil. Most of the other trainees have been here for quite some time, but you are able to match them even within this first hour. First hour? I doubt I've been playing for an hour. This speaks well of you, but there are yet other lessons I would see you learn. Initiate's Belt. Every wisdom has a time and place, and times are changing for those of us living here on Shenzhen Su. I'm guessing Shenzhen, but isn't it? Okay, whatever. For this lesson, I would ask you 2 things of you. First, I hold a flame in my hand. Gather your wits, and when you think you are ready, attempt to snatch the flame. Should you succeed, I want you to then climb to the top of the temple and burn the Edict of Temperance that you find there. It's how the hell do I grab it? Hello, what? Ah, there we go. On my first try. Okay, that's cool. Now take the flame to the top of the temple and burn the skull that you find there. Yes, sir. I mean, how? I mean, not how. As in, how as in, I'm being stupid at the moment. Just ignore. Don't ignore me because you're watching a video with me in it. But you know what I mean. I don't think I have to go all the way up there. Oh no, just box. Oh, there it goes. There it is. Just look for the sparkle stuff. Burn it. Burn. Yes. Okay. Let's go. Can I jump? Yes, I can. Jump. Land. Master Shangzi. The fact that you were so able to able to snatch the flame so easily is no small feat. The Edict of Temperance is a scroll of wisdom passed down from my elders. Wisdom from a more peaceful. Then why don't I burn it? Every lesson has its time and place, and with darkness on the horizon, the time for this particular wisdom has passed. The burning of the scrolls is an acceptance of tidings to come and a promise to action. Your hand carried the flame, and I suspect that it will continue to do so in the future. Cool. Complete quest. Paicho, I see great courage in you and unsurpassed purity of soul. I'm not pure in the soul. The hour is young, and I think you may be ready to face a greater challenge. Go to the bottom of the stairs and cross the bridge. There you will find Zhao Min Ro, one of our eldest students. Challenge and defeat him in honorable combat, and this phase of your training will be complete. Initiate handguards. Okay, let's go. By the way, there I just keyboard turned. I don't do that all the time. Like, I mean, if I'm just standing still for a while, I will keyboard turn, but I do like a mix of both. I mean, I use my Q and E keys because I leave it like that to, like, I think you call this strafing. Hope you're ready, Paicho. Jamin Ro awaits you over the bridge. So he does. It's a very nice looking bridge as well. Them graphics, huh? Okay, Jamin Ro. A challenger approaches. Fight. All I can imagine is the Mortal Kombat music, you know. Da 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 da. What was the? Whoa, Jesus! I hope this dude doesn't kill me. He's got a load more health than me, and that would be pretty unfair. What level did they give me? My whoa! What the hell? My God, he rode an eagle to daze himself, and now he's stuck up there. Come here. Whoa. Whoa, I just like... Whoa, what the hell? Cool, I'm on a route. Come here, bro. Come on, you scared? Oh, come on. Did he seriously just reset himself? Hawk diving to earth, my God, that is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Come on, let's kill ya. Well, not kill you, just fight you until you give up. A baby elephant takes a bath. Okay. Very interesting moves there, I must say. Very interesting. Oh, why does he keep doing that? Damn. But why would he do that if it stuns him? It's certainly doing very little damage to me. Well, it's actually doing quite a lot of damage. Jesus, get away from me. Okay. Cool, left like a little mark. Oh, okay, it's just like thunderclap on warriors. We'll just leave a mark temporarily and then just disappear. Please die quickly, oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Haha, you're stunned and I can kill you. There we go. I defeated you. It was an honor to be defeated by you. Let's go. Oh, hello, Master Shangzi. You're truly impressed by it, sure. It seems certain that your path of monk is indeed the path for you. Indeed it is, old man. Indeed it is. Speak in sorry, second. Water. Okay, that's better. I can speak up a bit now because I have a sore throat, so I sound like a younger version of Sylvester Stallone. In such a short time, you've shown me that you have potential to be a great monk. The training grounds are behind you, but now you must prove yourself by facing a far greater challenge, one that none of my students have accomplished. I'm pretty sure loads of people have accomplished it by leveling through this, but whatever. I want you to return Huo, the spirit of fire, to the Temple of Five Dawns. My two other most gifted students will help you in this task. The first is Ayisa Cloud Singer. Seek her out of the pool. Oh yeah, the pool to the west. Yeah, okay. That's that way to follow. Isn't Ayisa like I'm probably saying it wrong, but whatever. Isn't she like the Pandaren that goes to the Alliance? I'm guessing the other one is I've seen him before. Isn't like G Firepaw? I think that's wrong, but hey, if I'm wrong, then correct me. I'll probably be corrected in a second or two anyway. But yeah, Isa is the one that joins the Alliance. I have to see how she joins, considering like Cataclysm had pretty awesome cinematics for certain things. So this is like a whole new race. It's like the Goblin and Worgen starting zones. I hope they get like some little cinematics as well. Shh, come quietly. She's practicing. Indeed she is. I came to ask the famous Isa Cloud Singer for help, but I just can't bring myself to intrude on her exercises. She's so poised, so practiced, so beautiful. Oh, someone has the hots for someone. You came for Ayisa? You really shouldn't interrupt her until she finishes her exercises. She doesn't speak to anyone until her routine is done. In the meantime, could you maybe help me? I had some bad luck with the forest sprites. Forest energy drinks. No, they're not energy drinks. They're just like fizzy drinks. Amber Leaf scams swarmed my cart and stole most of my training supplies I was bringing up to the training grounds. They've always been troublemakers, but they've never been this aggressive before. I don't know what happened. Please help me recover my supplies. Recover 6. Yeah, okay. The missing driver. My driver went running off after the sprites just after they attacked. I don't think they'll really do him any harm, but I need him back to help me clean up the mess by the cart. He chased off towards the cliffs to the north. If you head that direction, you should find him quickly. Oh, he doesn't want to talk to her, but didn't he say, oh, she doesn't talk to people? Let's go stand on that leaf with her. Huh? Oh, I can't. Oh, cool. So she really is pretty awesome. Ice appears to be deeply lost in her exercises, yet she has time to turn towards me and tell me that in her mind. Looks pretty cool, that pose. Look at her face; it's so concentrated. Look at the face. It's like, hey, I'm ready to kick your face in with my paw thing. Look at the fishies. Ah, they're swimming. Oh my god, they're swimming inside each other. And now they're disconnected. That was kind of creepy. Look at those eyes. Just like dots staring. Oh my god, this one has eyelashes. Weird. Okay, let's go. Amber. Cool. They're like imps. This sort of remind me of the Grell from the Night Elf starting zone. Yeah, they really do, because they even use like Wrath or whatever that thing's called. Cool. I'm not facing the wrong way. Stolen supplies. Let's kill this dude as well. So, wait a minute. Did they actually use their... No, they just punch, so why do they need a pole? You club the target with your staff, dealing 6 to 12 damage and generating 2 chi. Okay. Yes, I'll grab that. No, I don't need to kill the fox. Let's kill these amber leaf scamps. Kill. Oh, I was just wondering why it was... Oh, I guess they, Oh, Chiahui Autumn Leaf. That's a very odd name. Very odd name indeed. Brewer Zen. Brewer Lin. Lin and Zen. Cool. Yeah, level 3. Got ourselves Tiger Palm. Attacks with the palm of your hand, dealing 13 to 24 damage. Also grants you Tiger Power. Tiger Power! It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill. Also grants you Tiger Power, causing your attacks to ignore 30% of the enemy's armor. Oh god, he's trapped. Oh, but he's a level 85 with like 158,000 health. Look out, his friends is coming. Oh my god, he speaks like Gollum. Look out, I can't do Gollum voice. Yes, you could have. You could have one-shot all of them. They were like level 3. Weird. Oh, well, let's just finish killing these dudes. Let's use that. Oh, cool. That looks awesome. But if it's... it's blue. Shouldn't that be like orangey? Because that's what tigers are coloured as? No? Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. I mean, that sounds... Okay, whatever. Let's have it. Unless it's like a tiger that's lived under the water for a long time and he's like just adapted and oh, I haven't put these on, have I? Let's put these on. Cool. I'm going white. Look at that blue. Look at that little bit of blue hair. Looks pretty cool. So I was reading into the lore. I mean, not really that deeply, but just looking. Apparently, this is a giant turtle. I like turtles. Internet inside joke there. A challenge in compassion and humility by helping Merchant Lorvo. I would seem you've passed, monk. Master Shang would be pleased. Oh yeah, okay, I've already read that. You needn't worry about hurting the sprites. They were just living plants. When it comes down to it, they'll be sprout later. That's no good. You need to kill them for good. Thank you, you honourable monk. You're an honourable man. They've taught you well. Complete quest. Mission driver. You are too kind, monk. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Let's pop that cloak on. Cloak. Oh, that looks really cool. Looks like some of the newer ones. Although it's going through my staff, so... Isa. It's a pleasure to meet you, monk. I am Isa of the Tushi. I spent much time I can't speak today. I've spent much time in thought since Master Shang told me we would be searching for you, Huo, the spirit of fire. I know where he resides, but not how to reach him. The answers are close, however. Come with me to the cave of meditation nearby. It is a place of great wisdom. I will meditate there. Open my mind, and the path will find us. Protect Aisa while she meditates. Initiate vest. Let's have a look with that. It looks alright, I guess. Looks like plate armor. I like that belt. That belt looks cool. Oh, look, it wiggles when you move. It wiggles when you move it. Let's go. Let's finish this quest. Let's do this. I want... Whoa. Whoa, that was like a super jump. She just like did a Superman, like, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, little timer. I wouldn't. Yeah, it would be Isa, wouldn't it? Isa's meditation. Keep Isa safe while she meditates. Oh, little growls. I mean, unbelief troublemakers. Whoa, these dudes do a lot of damage. Tushui monk. Nearly the way there. Tis good. Oh, who's that? Master Li Fei. Cool. Oh, he's a boss. He's a boss. Like a boss. Let's kill these doo-doos then. Oh my god, I like the way he dies. He's kind of like the Blood Elf way he dies, where he just like reaches, like claws at the air for a second, then just falls back down. Whoa, did that one just get back up? Whoa. That's some weird stuff. Get down. Monks are pretty cool, actually. I have to admit, they're not too bad. How long has she got left before she... Yeah, 85, so close. Basically, 90. Oh, she only has to get to 90. Whoa, they just disappeared. And so wow, Master Leaf, okay, screw that. And so our path lays before us. Speak to Master Shang Zi. He will tell you what comes next. Well, he certainly enjoys following me, doesn't he? Your path is set before you. You will be the one to rekindle the spirit of fire and bring it to safety of the temple. This will not be the only time you and Aisa work together. She is strong and wise. You can trust her. Take that. Another of my most there we go, it is G Firepaw in Wusong Village. Another of my most talented students is awaiting you in Wusong Village to the northwest. He is of a different mind than Isa, but in their differences they bring balance to each other. G Firepaw will instruct you on gathering the offerings for the spirit of fire. Trust in his wisdom. That I shall. Let's put this on before I forget. Yeah, like a boss. Let's get to G of the Hujin. Look at that. Look at these foxes. They look pretty cool. What's the buff he's got? Willy Wits. Dodge the next spellcast. Well, that's quite useful. Min Dim Wind. And wow, they're just like, he's just standing there. Oh, look at all my broken things. My God, these things just come along and take stuff. He doesn't even try and stop them. It's like, well, you're complaining, but then you don't stop them. It doesn't. Oh, is that fox? I thought that fox was going to kill it. He was walking towards it really menacingly, but apparently not. Yeah. Whoa. Fang. Oh my God, them monkeys. Hello, you look poised and confident. I like that. Yes, you do. I've heard some rather impressive whispers about you from the training grounds. If you're half as capable as they say, I think you and I are going to be good friends. Yes, we are. We call these vicious monkeys swinging into town hosen. They keep to themselves normally, but they know something bad is coming, so they're here to steal our supplies. Ah, poor monkeys, they're scared. In situations like this, the clear answer is the only answer. These monkeys will leave when we force them to leave. To not defend our town to not defend our town and those who we love would be the only true crime. Thus is the way of the Huojin. Kill 8 Fei-Feng attackers. Oh, I love how they come up. They're like already dead. You can't even attack them. Okay, let's. Yeah, I'm actually gonna end the video here, guys. I always say guys is weird, but I don't expect a lot of people to watch this. But if you're watching this, I love you. Well, I'm gonna stop it here. Bye bye. See you later.